we strip away the lies, crush the illusions, and speak the unvarnished truth. This is not a place for the faint-hearted or the weak-willed. This is a battlefield, and we're here to arm you with the tools, the mindset, and the unshakable discipline to conquer it. In today's video, we dive deep into the lessons that the wealthy don't advertise, and the world doesn't want you to know. Forget the flashy cars, the overpriced mansions, and the shallow markers of success. True power is invisible. True wealth is silent. And the path to financial freedom is not glamorous. It's ruthless. In this episode, we'll tear apart societal expectations and rebuild your understanding of what it takes to rise above. You'll learn the discipline of living below your means. Why wealth is built over time, not overnight. The ruthless allocation of time, energy, and money. These are not platitudes. These are strategies. These are weapons for those willing to fight, sacrifice, and endure. This is the unfiltered truth about how empires are built and how freedom is won. So, if you're ready to discard the illusions, embrace the grind, and walk the path of the truly powerful, then stay with us. Because this is Grimface, and we're not here to make you feel good. We're here to make you unstoppable. Lesson 1. The discipline of living below your means. There's a truth they don't want you to see. A truth buried under the weight of advertisements, social media, and a culture of excess. They tell you that wealth is about shiny cars, designer clothes, and extravagant vacations. They whisper in your ear that to be rich, you must look rich. But let me tell you, those whispers are lies, and those lies are chains. Chains that bind you to a cycle of spending, of consuming, of emptying your pockets, in exchange for fleeting validation. Do you want to know what real wealth looks like? It looks like discipline. It looks like restraint. It looks like a quiet, unassuming life that doesn't shout for attention, because it doesn't need to. Most millionaires don't wear their wealth on their sleeve. They don't flaunt it in Instagram posts or park it in their driveway for the neighbors to envy. No, they walk among you unnoticed, invisible. They've mastered a secret that most people ignore. Wealth is not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep and how much you grow. Let's talk about the enemy you face every day. Lifestyle inflation. It's insidious, creeping in as your income rises. You get a raise, and suddenly your car isn't good enough anymore. Your apartment feels too small. You deserve more, right? That's what they tell you. You've earned it. But here's the brutal truth. The more you give in to lifestyle inflation, the more you trade your freedom for fleeting pleasures. You work harder, longer, just to maintain the illusion of success. You become a slave to appearances, a prisoner in a gilded cage. Stop. Step back. Ask yourself, who are you really trying to impress? The strangers who scroll past your photos? The people who won't be there when the bills pile up or when the markets crash? You don't owe them anything, but you owe yourself everything. Living below your means is not a sacrifice. It's a weapon. A weapon that cuts through the noise and builds a fortress of security, of opportunity, of true freedom. Every dollar you don't spend on frivolity is a brick in that fortress. Every unnecessary expense you deny is another step closer to a life where you call the shots. Not your bills, not your debts, not the expectations of others. Frugality is not weakness. It is strength. It is defiance. It is saying, I will not be a pawn in their game. I will not let them dictate what success looks like for me. You don't need the latest gadgets. You don't need the biggest house or the trendiest clothes. What you need is control. Control over your finances. Control over your desires. Control over your life. Understand this. The wealthiest people in the world didn't get there by spending every dime they earned. They got there by saving, by investing, by living far below their means while they built their empires. They weren't chasing short-term gratification. They were playing the long game. And that's the game you must play if you want to win. It's not easy. It never is. The world will tempt you at every turn. They will dangle luxuries in front of you, trying to pull you back into the cycle of consumption. But you must resist. You must stay focused. Because while they're busy buying things they don't need to impress people they don't care about, you're building a legacy. You're creating a life of abundance, not just for today, but for decades to come. So the next time you're tempted to splurge, remember this. Every dollar you spend is a choice to stay where you are, or a choice to move closer to freedom. Wealth is not measured by what you own, but by what you control. And the ultimate control is knowing when to say no. Live below your means, not out of fear, but out of power. Not because you can't have more, but because you're choosing better. A better future, a better life, a better you. The road is not glamorous, but it is worth it. The discipline is not easy, but it is necessary. And when you reach the end, when you stand atop the mountain of true financial independence, you will look back and realize that every sacrifice, every moment of restraint was a brick in the foundation of your success. So step off the treadmill. Reject the illusion. Build your fortress. And live, truly live, below your means. Because that is where real power begins. That is where freedom is found. And that is how you win. Lesson 2. The slow burn to freedom. The world wants you to believe in shortcuts. They dangle promises of overnight success, of riches that materialize in the blink of an eye, of fortunes that fall into your lap without effort. They want you to chase illusions, lottery tickets, get-rich-quick schemes, the facade of wealth wrapped in credit card debt and leased luxury cars. They want you distracted, impatient, and gullible, because while you're chasing illusions, they're...
Hey guys, I wrote here bullish crossover, and I had this arrow pointing to right here. It was like this. That is not a bullish crossover. That was a bearish crossover. The bullish crossover would obviously be crossing up to the upside. This is the TSI. This is the True Strength Index created by a guy named William Blue, late 80s, I believe. Very similar to the MACD histogram. Just slightly different. It's 2 lines. Similar setup, though. Math's a little bit different. What else? When you see me drawing on the MACD histogram down here, you'll notice there is no crossover lines. I have the TSI for that. The histogram I'm using for momentum direction. So tick down of that histogram tells you it's going down. When it gets to here and then it rolled over and went that way, it tells me the trend direction is changing. The higher the time frame on this, the more it means something. This is 1 minute. This is going to change a lot. 5 minute will change less. 30 minute will change even less. Daily, weekly, monthly, etc. That's turned bullish. This down here is the money flow indicator, not created by me. Boom, hit an extreme. There's another extreme. These extremes become zones of reversal. So we got everything. We got price breaking out above 20. We got the 5 fixing across the 20. We got the TSI cross. We got the MACD. We got the money flow indicator. But we're in a channel. So we need to get out of this channel so that we can get up here in this 87,800 range to make some money. Again, this is Bitcoin.
Building empires. But the truth is brutal. The truth is unsexy.
Oh, got knocked down.
The truth is this. Wealth is not built in a day, a week, or a year.
Just broke the support line.
It is built over a lifetime. Slowly, methodically. One disciplined decision at a time.
See where it closes.
It's a grind. A long, thankless grind that most people will never endure. Why? Because patience is painful. Discipline is lonely. Consistency is boring. And in a world obsessed with instant gratification, most will choose the fleeting high over the enduring reward. Most will choose to look rich rather than be rich. But you are not most people. Wealth is not about the flashy car parked in your driveway. It is not about the square footage of your home or the logo on your clothes. Those things are a trap, an illusion designed to keep you in chains. True wealth isn't loud. It isn't flashy. It doesn't beg for attention. True wealth is quiet. It's the peace of knowing you don't answer to anyone. It's the power of walking away from anything or anyone that no longer serves you. It's the freedom to live life on your terms, not the terms dictated by a paycheck or debt. Do you want to know the secret to building wealth?
Bam, blew through it, man.
It's not glamorous. It's not exciting. It's a game
Down
of
here.
time. It's about planting seeds, small deliberate actions every single day, and nurturing them with patience and consistency. Those seeds are your savings, your investments, your sacrifices. They don't sprout overnight, and they won't win you applause in the short term. But given time, they will grow into a forest so vast, so unshakable, that nothing and no one can take it from you. The path to financial independence demands sacrifices that most people aren't willing to make. While others are busy spending their money on status symbols, you must save yours. While they chase the high of instant gratification, you must endure the slow burn of delayed rewards. And while they live for today, you must prepare for tomorrow. This is not easy. It requires you to endure your choices, mock your frugality, and question your priorities. Let them. Your opinions won't matter when you're drowning in debt and you're standing tall, unshackled, untouchable. Building wealth is not about brilliance. It's not about luck. It's about discipline. It's about making hard decisions today so you can live a life of ease tomorrow. Every dollar you save, every wise investment you make, is a brick in the fortress of your financial independence. And every time you resist the temptation to splurge on things that don't matter, you tighten the chains of your own freedom. But make no mistake, this journey is not for the weak. It will test you. It will demand sacrifices that will make you question whether it's worth it. The answer is simple. It is. Because the alternative is living a life tethered to mediocrity, forever at the mercy of someone else's control. The alternative is slavery. Slavery to debt, to employers, to the expectations of a society that doesn't care about your well-being. So I ask you, are you willing to endure? Are you willing to plant the seeds today, knowing you may not reap the rewards for years, even decades? Are you willing to embrace the grind, the boredom, the loneliness that comes with walking this path? Because those who are not willing will forever remain trapped in the cycle of consumption, trading their time and freedom for things that lose their value the moment they are purchased. You must play the long game. You must see beyond the next paycheck, the next month, the next year. You must see the big picture. A life of true freedom. A life where you are beholden to no one. A life where you own your time, your choices, and your destiny. Wealth is not built in a moment. It is built in the quiet hours, the unnoticed sacrifices, the disciplined acts that no one applauds.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hey, back to this Bitcoin. We're using Bitcoin Trace 24/7. I like to use it for teaching because right now, market's not open. This is real time, real people, real things moving around, not simulated, not fake. There's a thing I talk about called back in the box. When a box is broken, this would be a pretty damn big box. But when this zone was broken and then price rejects going lower and comes right back up into this zone, makes that zone more powerful. And we would look for a run to this 87,705. That would be a classic swing trade. Down here, we were looking. Two things point to a reversal, possible reversal. A money flow indicator, which I use out of the box. It's at the very bottom of my charts. This stuff here all goes on your charts based on how you want to fill the chart out. So everyone's charts are a little bit different, you know. unless you're blindly following someone else's. If you're going to use mine, make sure you understand the money flow trading system. That's what we use to trade Bitcoin. I made about $1,500 last week trading Bitcoin. We're going to be having a day trading Bitcoin. Hopefully, seminars coming soon where I'm going to teach you how I began day trading Bitcoin using 10x leverage here in America. So you couldn't do that in the past. Man, I hope this helps. Really do appreciate you.
It is built with patience, with persistence, with the unyielding belief that your future is worth more than the fleeting pleasures of the present. So stay the course. Endure the grind. Ignore the noise of a world obsessed with appearances. And when the years pass and the seeds you've planted grow into an unshakable legacy, you will look back and know that every sacrifice was worth it. Because you didn't just build wealth, you built freedom. You built power. You built a life that no one can take from you. That gnawing sense of chaos when money slips through your fingers without a trace. That suffocating weight of not knowing where your hard-earned dollars disappear to. Most people live this way, blind, reckless, and utterly out of control. They let their finances dictate their lives instead of the other way around. And do you know what happens to them? They lose. They lose their freedom. They lose their power. They lose everything. But you're not here to lose. You're here to take control. The wealthy aren't born into power. They build it, brick by brick, choice by choice, with discipline and precision. And at the foundation of their empire lies one unshakable truth. Budgeting and planning are not optional. They are essential.